Hey Brian, what do you got there?
Oh, this is the tool I use for filling in chips in wood.
What is it?
Let me show you. Here I got a test board with some stain and lacquer on it. This is a electric burn-in knife. This is where the electric cord comes in. Inside this shaft here is an element, and then on here is a removable tip. There are various tips depending upon the manufacturer for different applications. Some of them have a curve, some of them are straight, some of them are smaller, some are a little larger. This is the most common one that we use, and it's good for paddling like a putty knife when you're filling your repair. This is meant for quick in-home fast repairs, so I plug it in, it gets hot, I do my repair, I unplug it, let it cool, and then I'm finishing off my repair during that time. This will leave a very significant burn on you if you get it on your arm. I've had many of those through the years, so you'll only do that a couple of times and then you'll learn to keep this away from your skin. Along with the burn-in knife, you need burn-in sticks. These come in various hardnesses, this being a medium hardness, which is very good for furniture and hardwood flooring and those kinds of things. You use the knife to melt these into place. At the same time, we can blend these colors together to achieve the color that we need to match the surface color.
What are these? What are they made of?
Mostly wax.
So if I'm following, we have a hot knife that has a handle and a very hot blade, which is used to melt a colored wax product that can be mixed with other colored waxes to fill holes and gaps and gouges in wood specifically?
Wood furniture, hardwood floors, molding, trim, so it has multiple applications for multiple industries. We use it just on furniture and only on wood.
Is it edible?
No.
Sorry, I shouldn't have even asked. You have multiple colors of burn-in stick, and you probably see where I'm going with this question, but what happens if by mixing them you can't get the color you need, like a red or something vibrant?
Then you would lean on your powders. You would do some touch-ups and blend your colors with some lacquer, and you'd mix that with a brush on a palette, just similar to the way an artist does a painting. And then you would brush that into your repair.
Okay, so the third component of this, tell us about the powders.
The powders, these are finely ground pigments, very similar to the pigments used to make artist paints. And so what we do is we mix that with a binder, and in this case we use furniture lacquer, which is a pre-catalyzed lacquer, so it's nice and clear and has a satin sheen to it, where of course you can pick whatever sheen you like to match the job that you're working on. And then we blend it with these. We don't over add too much powders. We want to keep so that it dries nice and hard and is binded properly with the lacquer in the can. Now these are very, very fine, so you have to be very careful when you open these up when you're working in an environment such as someone's home. You want to make sure that you have good coverage in case some of the powder falls out of the can or out of the jar and onto the surface.
So they catch in the air pretty easily?
Yeah, it's very, very fine, and when it goes into a surface like a carpet or something like that, you will not get it out.
Are these expensive? They look, often things that come in small quantities are expensive.
Yes, a small jar like this is $25.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
Yeah.
Could you explain what you're doing?
Okay, what I'm doing is I'm making a little gouge, probably bigger than what we mostly see, but that's the idea of what size we sometimes see.
This is meant to represent like a standard
yeah,
ding.
this represents some kind of damage that could happen to a piece of furniture. So what I'll do now is I'm going to choose a black to start with because this is a very dark color, and so I'm going to get that into my stain, into the hole. So I'm going to melt this into it.
You're kind of using the hot knife to kind of guide it down.
Yep. So when this melts, it turns into a liquid. So as you can see, it's cooling and it's changing from a shiny surface to a dull surface. As it becomes a dull surface, we can now go ahead and, this is where the knife, the flat part comes in handy. And as you can see, and that's basically how you do a minor repair. Now you can get a little bit more, you can add other colors of these sticks to blend in with if you're a little darker, a little lighter. I tend to like to use more than one color if I'm going into a repair, and just add multiple colors so it's not one color throughout the repair.
When you use multiple colors, you're not mixing them in a cup, you're mixing them live on the piece.
Yes, right on the surface of the furniture.
And that's because they harden so fast.
That's right.
What is this technique you're doing with the rag?
I am cleaning up the surface with a little bit of heat. You can use solvent, but in this case, heat is available to use, so I use that to clean up. Again, it cools really quickly, and then it cleans up the surface very nice.
I can't even see it, yeah.
Yeah. And when you add more than one color, it helps camouflage your repair. Your repair generally should be, 2 to 3 or maybe even 4 different colors, so that there's not just one spot of one individual color. When you mix the colors, it helps blend in with the area much better.
There are a lot of colors to choose from, and I can only assume that furniture itself comes in a lot of colors as well. There's a level of artistry to this.
Always. Color mixing itself is an art form, and it's a skill that every furniture repair technician needs to focus on and learn. Often we have to practice to keep good at it. If you stay away from it for a while, you'll get a little, you'll forget which colors do what together, and so it'll make it a little bit more time consuming to match a color.
You should fix that other one before I forget. Another ding. Does it pain you to damage furniture for demo?
I've been doing this so long. We can repair just about any damage to a surface or refinish it. So it doesn't really bother me to damage or scrape the furniture.
So on a piece that's lived in a home for multiple years, you probably find a lot of these little nicks.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Everyday use, wear and tear is common. So these are the products that will come in, and if we're doing one scratch while we're there, we'll fix up as many scratches as we can.
You said that these wax products were shrink resistant, they were better at shrinking. What do you mean by that, and why is that important in this context?
Because when you heat something up, generally a lot of things will expand. And so there's additives that they put inside these. I'm not sure exactly what those additives are, but they help reduce the shrinkage. They could be the part of the pigments, maybe some powders, some stuff that extenders, things like that don't shrink, because a normal candle, normal wax, as it cools, it will shrink. It also expands a lot. So these don't expand or shrink as much as regular wax fill sticks will. So if I was to use just a regular crayon and filled that and heat it up, and then as it cools, it will become a dimple.
Is there a limit to the size of gouge you can fill with wax, with these burn-in sticks and pigments?
Yeah, I wouldn't go to anything past a quarter of a dime. So, a quarter inch buildup would be too much for it. You'd want to use a hardened epoxy filler at that point.
Your comparison's confusing because you use 2 coins in one sentence.
Okay.
Quarter of a dime?
Yeah, like
dime
size.
of a quarter?
Yeah. I don't have nothing to reference the size, but
definitely. If a damage or a divot, a scrape in the material was too big for the burn-in stick solution, what is the next step?
Epoxy filler.
Oh, like an actual epoxy.
Yeah, it's a 2-component filler, so you mix the 2 components together and it hardens.
Common mistakes, troubleshooting with this solution, anything that you see amateur or first-time repair technicians run into?
It's always wise to stay inside the repair area, the zone of the type of repair that you're working on. Because of the nature of this knife and the temperature it can reach, you can very easily damage the clear finish around your repair. So this is where the skill comes in, where you're limiting the amount of heat to get into your repair. If you go outside the repair zone and your knife's too hot, you will burn the finish, and then as a result, you will need to refinish the top or the furniture section.
Do these products require any upkeep? Do you have to keep the burn-in sticks and the pigments in specific temperatures or humidities, stuff like that?
No, actually that's the beauty of it. And I love these things because you can have it in your car in the middle of summer, in the middle of winter. They're always there and ready to work, ready to use. The powders, these do not freeze or melt, so they're excellent for transporting to job sites to do repair work.
So they're pretty durable products.
Yes, absolutely. These are my go-to products when I'm doing furniture repairs and touch-ups because of the durability and resistance to fluctuations of temperature. In Manitoba, we have very hot summers. The vehicle gets very hot. In the winter, we have very cold winters, so these products get very cold. So these are not affected by those ranges of temperatures.
Maintenance on the hot knife, how long do these things last? You got to keep an eye on them for any specific reason?
Yeah, you have to take care of it. It's a good idea to clean it once in a while as you can see, it starts to get a buildup of different colors of waxes. And so I will use just some steel wool, let the knife heat up, and then I'll clean it up with a piece of steel wool. I don't have one here, but it works excellent for cleaning all this color off. If you compare these to what you find at the wax sticks that you find at the Home Hardware and Home Depot stores, these are just a little bit harder, but those would be the same way. They could blend together and melt into position, and then you could just clean it off with a rag. And yeah, that's a very, very easy repair to learn.
So how important are these products to the profession of furniture repair?
Oh, absolutely. These are very important. I use these my entire career working on touch-up furniture.
Thanks for watching Revive. You'll find links to all the products we used in today's video down in the description below. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss any future uploads. You can also visit us at revivefs.ca to learn more about our professional furniture repair services. And if you're ready for more, there are videos on screen right now that we think you'll enjoy.